Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. This is a very different time and day than you usually see us here on the Breakthrough Show Network, but I'm so excited to be here with you today. I am Jessica Dugas, the creator of the Breakthrough Show Network, and today we are celebrating the sixth birthday of the Breakthrough Show. I'm so excited to be here to celebrate with all of you. I brought lots of friends with me today to celebrate. And we're going to kind of start off by getting a little nostalgic. And I've asked everybody that's joining us today to bring six things with them. You might hear about six amazing guests. You might hear about six amazing topics, six things that they love about the network, six reasons that they show up to watch a live, six things that they've learned about themselves in being hosts. You could hear any different grouping of things. I personally have brought six dates that are very important to me with the Breakthrough Show Network. And so I'm really excited to dive in and dig into all of this love today. To give you a little bit of brief history, the Breakthrough Show Network started with a show that I started in 2018 called The Breakthrough, the spiritual view for your soul and mind. At the time, I had a co-host, Donna Brown, who was a dear friend of mine back then. And, we envisioned having a space to be able to share about stories and spiritual hot topics. And it was an amazing first season. By the time we had the first episode come out, we were booked for the whole year. Everyone was so excited about everything that we were about to bring to the table. And it was incredible. And so when the season finished, and a couple things happened at the exact same time. First, Donna had let me know that she had family things and other responsibilities that were important to her in the moment. So she had to kind of switch gears and step away. So I said to myself, I don't know. I don't know if I can continue to do this in the way that that it was intended from the beginning. Not even taking into account that we know things are supposed to change as we move forward, that change is inevitable in life. But I was nervous. I didn't know if I should continue. And as I was processing, should we continue with the show, I received a message from a friend of mine who, by the way, I didn't even know had ever watched the show before, never saw them heart or like an episode, never saw them comment, nothing. And the message said to me, first, I just wanted you to know what this show means to me. And the reason it's so important to me is because through that last episode that I just watched, I realized that I have a drinking problem and it was time for me to stop. And my mind was blown in that moment because, like I said, I had no idea the person had even watched. And we get, at the time when I was being coached and things in business and with life coaching, those likes and shares come up often, those vanity metrics. And so we put so much weight onto those things. And it was in that moment that I went, no, this is bigger than what I even realized. And so I made the decision to continue on. Through time, we have added other incredible shows. It went from being just a show to a network. We've added a virtual community. There's so much that goes on with the Breakthrough Show Network now, and I'm just thrilled to share it all with you today. So that's a little look at the history. And without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to my amazing friends that I've brought with us here today. So first, I'm going to bring him on the screen because when I talk about it moving from a show to a network, his show was one of the first shows that we had here. And I was going through a lot at the time, and I was like, you should just come do a show. Just come do a show. That'll give me a break. It'll be awesome to have you on board. And so we're all a little... we have a lot of fun with this with this person. So without further ado, I want to welcome the host of Rewriting Reality, Shiraz. Shiraz is coming. If I can click the right button. There we go. There he is. Good to see you today, Shiraz. Thank you for being here.
Oh, great to be here. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Another person that I want to bring on board is one of the hosts of Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light. And interestingly enough, Spirit Sessions started about the same time that the Breakthrough Show did, but then it was fairly recently in recent years that we were like, we gotta, it's time to join forces. And this person was actually one of the first guests on the Breakthrough Show, and she's just amazing. So everybody put your hands together for Teresa Warren. Good to see you here this morning, my friend.
Oh, thank you. I'm already starting to cry. It sounds so much.
It's starting. I hope you all have your tissues. I hope you have your tissues. Love it. Love it. Also, okay, so back in the day, we had another, she's been so supportive since before Breakthrough Showtime. And I just want to say on a personal note how excited I am and how honored I am that she's still here all those years later and now hosting her very own events in the community as well. Please put your hands together for my dear friend across the pond, Katerina Stonska's here.
Hello, everyone.
So excited to have you here today, my friend. It wouldn't be the same without you here because you've been around a minute.
Yeah, thank you.
A minute.
Yeah, I remember. I still remember the conversation we had about your idea to have that show. So yeah. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, a minute. We'll go with that. There's one of the things that just warms my heart is in the last few years getting the opportunity to see certain people in person. And one of the amazing co-hosts that's involved with Spirit Sessions is the only one on the screen today who I've had the opportunity to give a nice big warm hug in person. Please put your hands together for Nancy Louise.
That was so nice.
I know.
Especially it was a time where we couldn't hug anybody. You know, we were 6 feet apart everywhere. And it was like, she's coming to town. By God, I'm going to go get me a hug.
We're doing the hug. Don't care. You can't keep us apart. Yes. It was so good. I'm so glad you're here today, Nancy. So happy to see you.
Too.
Yes. My next guest today has become one of my very best friends. You see her often. Well, you didn't see her often in the beginning. You heard of her behind the scenes. And now, thanks to my ability to shove people straight off a cliff, you hear her often on all the shows, in events, hosting her own events, and maybe even contemplating having her own show behind the scenes. You don't know. Without further ado, please welcome my best friend, Brittany Floyd.
Yes. I'm getting misty over here already. I am. I'm so grateful to be a part of this community and the network, and it's just a vibe.
It is that. It is a vibe for sure. Love it. My next guest, you see her often on Project Joy when we had the breakthrough moment, dare I say, that joy and gratitude are so closely related. She's become a dear friend of mine and one of those people that I'm like, we have got to get a hug happening at some point. You also see occasionally her very cute little puppy, Reno, come and make appearances from time to time as well. And you can catch her on Project Joy on Monday. Please welcome Sharon Saraga Walters to the show.
Thank you.
Yes. I couldn't imagine today without you, Miss Sharon, because the way that we met, I think was it was a moment because it was like we'd already known each other and everything that you stand for fits so perfectly with what we were trying to do here on the Breakthrough Show Network. So thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank you. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of our newer friends who's also one of the regular co-hosts on Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light, is joining us today. You've also seen her on Project Joy Live, on the Breakthrough Show. She's making her rounds here on the Breakthrough Show Network. She is our goddess of love. Please welcome Kim Van de Sandy here today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here, and it's really an honor to be part of this amazing community. So thank you for all of your lights, and yes, let's
Absolutely.
celebrate.
Yes, so glad you're here to celebrate with us today. Last but certainly not least this morning, we will be having a new show premiering on the Breakthrough Show Network coming on Wednesday, July 17th. And our newest upcoming host is here today. And as I shared in our host meeting last night, he is the dash of cayenne pepper that we all didn't know we needed here on the Breakthrough Show Network. Without further ado, please put your hands together and welcome Giancarlo Tavares. Yes.
Good morning.
You're muted, but
Good morning. Take two.
Good morning. Yes. Love it. So glad you're here today. And I love this dynamic here today. First of all, we have very Hollywood squares happening here this morning. But I love this dynamic of having super new people and people that have been here since before we even existed. So really excited to have you all here today. I want to check in with our audience really quickly. Jason is here. No, Jason was one of our friends that we met in our TikTok community back a couple years ago. Love it. My daughter Nina's out here. Happy birthday, Breakthrough Show. William Plonge is here today, one of our favorite guests of all time. You are the best connection I ever had. God bless you and the Breakthrough Show. Happy 6th year with all. Good to see you here today. William, Miss Danielle is here today, one of our favorites from our fun, amazing 90s and 80s nostalgia weeks on Project Joy Lives. Love it. Love it. Join us as we dive into our 6 things conversation today. I would love for you all to chime in the comments of some of your favorite memories, guests, topics, anything like that that you want to share about in the comments today. We're going to dive in. I want to start maybe with Kat this morning, because I know that Kat had just had her 3rd poetry book released. Congratulations, Kat. So excited for you. And she has something very special that she prepared for us today here on the show.
Hello. So yeah, like I mentioned, or like Jessica mentioned, I've known Jessica for 9 years. So it's well before the Breakthrough Show, and I still remember when it was the idea, when it was just the idea, and that moment will stay with me forever. And as a poet, I thought, what a fitting occasion to celebrate the 6th birthday of a Breakthrough Show. And as I really like acrostic poems, I decided that I'm gonna come up with a few words for each letter of the name of the Breakthrough Show. And these are words which I connected deeply to what the Breakthrough Show means for me. So here they are. Thriving, humbling, exciting, breathtaking for sure, rewarding, very much, encouraging you to change, attention grabbing. If I can think of all the episodes, I was really excited to see. Kindness focused, always. Trailblazing. We've had some very crazy and remarkable guests. Crazy in the good way though. Hopeful, rebellious, open-minded. If there is one show I can think of where the hard conversations can take place, it's definitely this one. Universal, because there is really something for everyone. Gratitude-filled. There is really just a few shows which kind of fill me with so much gratitude. Also because I've been a guest myself, and so I have kind of maybe a little bit of bias to the show. Humanity infused. And then we've got straight from the heart, because Jessica definitely over the years put her whole heart, and maybe even more. Heroic, there have been some true heroes, and we know not all heroes wear capes. And it's definitely an ongoing celebration. And this is one of those shows which is willing to adapt to changing times. So thank you, Jessica.
Yes, I love it.
Lovely.
That was so beautiful. And make sure you give that to me so I can post it on our social as
Yes,
well.
I will send you the poem. I will send you the poem later so you can.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. That's so
You're welcome.
meaningful for me. And I was like, it's interesting as time goes on, the different words that you connect with. And when you said rebellious, I was like, yeah, we are kind of a little bit. a little bit that. So I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Kat. That
You're
was
very
really
welcome.
beautiful. Shiraz, we're gonna put you in the hot seat next, my friend.
Okay. So
What would you like to share with us today?
So I'm going to start off and already break the pattern because it's 6 things. I'm like 5 things I've learned and 1 thing I don't think I'll ever learn. So number 1, hit broadcast when you're doing your show.
Yeah.
Yes, there's been a few times where it's been several minutes. We've been having a great conversation. I'm like, no one's watching us right now. Okay.
Love it.
Guests have different ideas and thoughts than you do. And so I remember one time someone called me up and he said, so we're going to see you tomorrow at 3:00. And it was like Australian time or something. I'm like, no, we go by my time zone. He said, oh, that's the middle of the night for me. I can't make that show.
Yeah.
So always have a backup.
Very important.
Number 3, I can do my show any way I want. When I first started, I thought it's got to be the standard podcast thing. And then I switched it up. So my guests come on Coach Me. I get free coaching. The audience gets free coaching. It's awesome.
Love it.
And I just loved it when we changed the format. Something that Jessica and I have had discussions about. The last Monday of the month and the 4th Monday of the month are not the same thing.
Did everybody hear that? The last Monday of the month is not the same thing necessarily as the 4th Monday of the month.
Sometimes there are 5 days. This has caused some confusion.
Yeah.
So. Something I learned recently on the show, because not only do the guests coach me, I coach the guests, and oftentimes when I coach them, because it's about breakthroughs, there are tears. And so recently I found out that the guests are not the only ones that cry on my show. Because I had a big breakthrough moment with someone and I was like, oh my God, I'm crying on my own show. So that's the 5 things I've learned. The one thing I don't think I'll ever learn is how Jessica and I met.
I have no idea.
No. It's this mystery.
I can't. We've talked about this before. We've talked about this on other birthday celebrations that we've had when we're trying to figure out, okay, how did each of us meet? I have no idea how I met Shiraz. Not one.
How?
We've tried to look back in messages and email. Cannot find like a hint.
How long have you known Shiraz?
It was probably around the first season, because then it was during at the end of the second that you started your show. Because Shiraz was on a special that I did. I was doing like special edition episodes. Shiraz came on a special edition. We hit it off and I was like, oh my God, you should just do your own show. But I don't remember what happened before that.
Maybe I will find the answer.
Hunt it down, Kat, because we
maybe I'll find the answer. We'll see. We'll see if my detective work will pay off.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you, Shiraz, for those things. For anybody that hasn't seen your show, do you want to give everybody just a brief idea of what they can expect? Because your next show is coming up. By the way, it is the 4th Monday, friends, not the last Monday, though we did change that recently. So it is July 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern time is your next show. Tell everybody what they can expect when they watch.
So on my show, generally speaking, the guests come on and it starts off like a regular interview with the podcast. I ask them about what they do, why they do it. And then they go into 15 minutes of coaching me. Usually, sometimes we get so into it, we just, like last time we did, I don't know, half an hour or something, like we just kept going. And it's any topic. It could be on sales, it could be on doing a healing, it could be marketing, like whatever they bring to the table. And then we flip it around, and I do energetic magic, which is my modality, to pull out blocks and limiting beliefs from them. And oftentimes there are tears. So stuff goes out. And the guests that know me, they're like, I'm ready for this. And the guests that are just sort of agreed to it have no idea what's about to happen. It's like, what is happening right now?
I love it. And it's really interesting what happened over time, because your show used to be just interview format, and then you switched gears to this sort of coaching. And it really was so innovative at the time. And we were so excited about this that when we did awards at the end of the last year, I gave the award for, innovation with about a show to Shiraz, because it really is such a engaging format where, you can watch a lot of these conversations on a lot of our other shows, but what he's offering of like, you're getting real-time coaching with a coach, and then also with Shiraz as a coach too. And so it's really interesting and always fun to watch. And I personally think that we should have a network-wide sponsorship from Kleenex. I really do, because we all cry often. Love it. Thank you so much, Shiraz, for being here today. I appreciate you. I think what we're going to do really quickly is take a quick break. I know that Shiraz and Kat have meetings this afternoon, and so I want to thank both of you for being here today. We really appreciate you. And after the break, we're going to hear from everybody else's 6 things, and so we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to this very special edition, this 6th birthday edition of The Breakthrough Show. So excited to have you all here with me today. Thank you both to Kat and Shiraz for all of your birthday thoughts today as we're sharing. So we're all sharing about 6 things. Anybody really want to go next? Anybody yes, pick me right now, or I'll go around. All right, I'm going around. I'm going next with Teresa.
Hi.
Hi. What are your 6 things you brought today, Teresa?
I really tried to write just 6 things, but since yesterday and already this morning, it's like, man, I got 100 things, but I'll try to keep it down to some of the ones. And really, a lot of it has to do with you yourself, Jessica, how long I've known you, and what epic part you've played in my life as I've gone through breakthroughs, transitions, and you've seen me through it all. You were the one who helped me get into this apartment here, because we had that show and stuff. And so I can't help but to see all these beautiful things. And so one of the things I also want to thank you for is the friends I've met through you as well, including Miss Brittany, including Sharon, including, well, probably Kat. That was all at the beginning too. And then I wanted to say Tina C. Hines was one of my favorite guests that you had, and she introduced us to Tawana, who we all know and love so well,
Yes.
and stuff. I've enjoyed when you had the co-hosts and the funny things that you've done, including your funny skits and stuff. Okay, because everything is you're so much more diverse than what it seems. You're so personable. Whereas it could be hard to get in touch with you for personal things, but no, you are there for us. So I want to thank you for the support that you've given and this legacy that you're building. But the community where we all come together is one of my things. So you see how I lost count? But
Same, Teresa, same.
Invaluable. I feel like I'm on a tether and I could reach farther than I ever have before because of you and the support here with these friends. You know what I mean? That I'm reaching things I never knew I really could, and I'm more living the life I really wanted to. I know it can only get better, but right now it's like, oh my God. And one of those things that, oh my God, was Pomodoro, the place where I thought, oh my God, Jessica wants us to go to these meetings. There's who cares if I'm cleaning house with I don't understand. But then I went and it's like, oh my God, my life just changed before my eyes. And I'm old. How many things could this happen? I'm speechless, really. My heart is like out to you. Pomodoro is giving me back my time. It's given me even my mental time. And like I said, now I could reach further and do more things. It's like I've learned where I'm expanding and I can just do it. Pomodoro makes me feel like I can do anything I want. And we always hear that. But now I feel it and know it. It's like, and that's a good feeling. And I love that. And I have to thank I love the crafting that we do with Brittany, because oftentimes the crafting in my life gets put aside because of everything else I have to do. Bet now I'm getting organized through co-working and Pomodoro. And now the way Brittany, I've gotten so much more artwork done. And that really helps me. And I love the inspiration from everybody else. And I love my show, Spirit Sessions of View of the Light. We've shared guests. You had Dee Wallace on, the actress who's all about love and stuff. And didn't you have Erin Abke on?
I don't know who that is.
I can't remember. Okay. Well, I thought so, but maybe not. And stuff. And so I think that's a lot of fun. When we do the shows and we have guests, there's so much more that comes through than what's on the air. And that has to be appreciated through all the seasons of Spirit Sessions. We've gotten more education than just what you see there. And it's amazing with the conversations. And then my meditations, you've given me an outlet, because sometimes I can get like spiritually backed up with not making my ideas come out and manifest. And so, you're helping me clean out so that now it's coming out smoother. And I had a great download for Monday, so it's going to be good.
Yes.
Thank you. My 26 reasons why.
I love it, Teresa. That was so amazing. I expected nothing less from you. Love it. Thank you so much. I want to take a moment. Thank you again, Danielle, for being here today. And she shared her 6 things that come to mind when I think about the Breakthrough Show Network are joy, togetherness, love, nostalgia, inspiration, and friendships. Thank you so much, Danielle, for that. I never would have guessed. Danielle has known me since like kindergarten, and we reconnected in adulthood when I moved back here to Connecticut. And I would have never been like, oh, this girl that's known me since we were 5 is going to be a regular on my show. And it's so nice to get to do that experience with her, like life in a personal note, but then also invite her here. And that's been such a highlight of the Breakthrough Show Network as well, especially since I moved back to my hometown here in Connecticut, is the ability to invite on those people that I've known forever, that I may have known them back then, but I totally love and respect them for where they are in their life now, and giving them a place on this platform as well. So thank you so much, Danielle, as well, for being here and sharing your thoughts too. All right, on the hot seat next, I think we're going to do Miss Sharon.
I'm glad. Oh, wow. So thank you for this, this chance to express things that I wanted to share with you forever. And it gets me to look back. So for me, I want to say that I think it was 2020 when I heard about you. And it just came to mind how I heard about you was because you were having the fundraiser, and Lisa Panak, who lives in Canada, who was going to be singing with you on that the fundraiser, and I'm friends with her, and that's how I found you, is from that, which I just popped in my head today about that. And I remember going to you were starting the podcast thing even before other people did. I mean, you were really new. You were really one of the few. It wasn't so prevalent. And it was, I think yours was probably my first show that I actually watched, because I wasn't one to watch much of that. And but the vision I have, I remember when I went to your show, you had this sparkly curtain thing behind you with lights, with white lights and everything. And that was so cool. I thought, oh my God, that's really cool. And one of the thing that I will always to this day is like really think of you about, my words were your tenacity, commitment, and going after your dreams. Like you were there no matter what, no matter who was watching. And that, I will never forget that, because I don't know, I wish I could be that way. I don't know if I would have done what you've done. And now you are 6 years now where you're at. I mean, I really honor you and just have so much, I mean, really to you, I mean, so much about you, about that. So the second, believe it or not, now we're on 2. I'm going to do like serious stuff. So the topic, that you cover, it just really touches my soul and my heart on the show. So many of the topics, the people on the shows, the community, they're my people, everyone that have been on and are part of it. My experience, this is a place to grow, to learn, to laugh, to cry, and make friends. And Jessica, you gave me an opportunity to be on your show numerous times, and it has been a life changer. You made me so comfortable. You opened up my world. You opened up my voice, my heart, to really take it. I haven't stopped since you've given me that opportunity, and I love every opportunity I get to be here. And I don't know, in my future, there's more to come for here at this show. I'm not sure yet what it is, but there's definitely a place in the future, I know, and I'm having fun when that time comes. But thank you for giving me the opportunity that you've given me. And you gave me a title, the Queen of Gratitude. Thank you. I never had that title.
So it's yours now.
And I thank you. And you're just, to me, you're such a wonderful friend, beautiful heart. And where you have taken the show today, like this year, blows me away with this whole new community, virtual community. That wasn't in my time. I'm older than you, and it's like it's mind blowing. But I'm figuring it out, and I feel like I'm on Star Wars. It's like I feel like it's the most futuristic thing I think I've ever experienced, and it's beautiful and wonderful. So where you've come and where you're going is just tremendous. So happy 6th birthday, and I love you, my friend.
Thank you. Yes, I love that. I love all of that, and I also love that we all had a really hard time narrowing narrowing this down, and that we're including lots of things in one, which is great. I love it. And I love that you remembered how we met, and I remember that now too, because we had other mutual friends that we realized after, like Blake, who had Blake Fly, who's been on the show, an amazing speaker. If you guys haven't had a chance to check him out, but we had him in common and other people. And so now I remember that was when that started too. So that's great. That's great. Okay, I think we're gonna go, because I feel like I'm already getting warm. We're gonna get that cayenne pepper going. Giancarlo, I'm gonna pick you next.
What? Okay. I thought that Jessica was only the soul sister, the amazing friend, the making me feel super welcome, just feel loved, feel seen, just to me. And I'm seeing that every single person in this call feels the same way, and 26 there is a reasons more why. And I do feel super grateful to. I'm the baby, I'm the youngest probably in the community and my family that you guys will meet very soon, my partner and the kids. And I do feel super welcome, I feel safe, I feel openness, I feel resonance, I feel community. Did I say welcome? I probably will say it 20 more times. And I want to thank Teresa and Marla and Spirit Sessions, because thanks to them, I saw you. And on that show that Jessica was a part of, I was like, who is that badass lady? I want to meet her. I was like, there's something there. Like I could feel you. Like from the moment that I saw you there, I just felt your embodiment, and I was like, ooh, I want to meet that lady. I know there's something in there, and there was many somethings, and I want to read some things that I also wrote here. I said, here are 6 beautiful reasons of what the Breakthrough Show with Jessica Dugas means to me. Number 1, a platform for authentic expression. The Breakthrough Show provides a space where I can authentically express my journey, insights, and transformative experiences. It's a place where my voice is heard and valued, allowing me to share my story with a broader audience. Nailed it, Jessica. Number 2, connection with like-minded community like you guys. And I know this is only the beginning, and there's so many amazing times that we're going to enjoy and create together. The show fosters a sense of community and connection with like-minded individuals who are also on a path of growth and transformation. It's a beautiful opportunity to connect, learn, and support each other in our individual and collective journeys. Number 3, inspiration and empowerment. Being a part of the Breakthrough Show and the network is incredibly inspiring to me. It empowers me to continue pursuing my purpose and my dreams, knowing that my story can inspire others to do the same. It's a powerful reminder of the impact we can have on each other's lives. Number 4, collaboration and shared wisdom. The show provides a platform for collaboration with other inspiring guests, and thought leaders. It is a space where we can share our wisdom, learn from each other, and co-create a ripple effect of positive change in the world. Number 5, showcasing transformative journeys. The Breakthrough Show highlights transformative journeys, including my own. And a part of me wanted to say, and you guys haven't seen nothing yet. It's a beautiful reminder of the resilience, strength, and growth we all possess. Sharing my breakthroughs encourages others to embrace their own paths with courage and with grace. And number 6, celebration of personal and collective growth. The show and the network celebrates both personal and collective growth, acknowledging the milestones and breakthroughs we achieve along the way. It's a joyous affirmation that we are all continuously evolving, and it's an honor to celebrate these moments together with all of you and with you, Jessica. So those are my 6 reasons, and I just want to honor you, Jessica, and the network, the community, celebrate you, and I know that this is only the beginning, and the best is truly yet to come.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me and allowing me to be part of your families. Thank you, Soul Sister.
Thank you, Giancarlo. That was so beautiful. And I think what sticks out to me, it was the most meaningful part to me when I started losing it a little bit over here, is how many times you use the word welcomed, feeling welcomed. And I think so many of us in our lives know what that feels like, to not feel welcomed, to not feel included, to not feel like we matter. And that's like one of the biggest goals here for me personally behind the scenes, is having each and every person that we touch understand just how important they are, truly, just as they are. And so thank you so much for leaning in on that word, because that's really meaningful for me today. Love it. Love it. Okay, so I'm gonna choose. Miss Nancy is speaking for 2 people today. Miss Rhonda couldn't be here today, and we are so sad. But she was like, "I'm gonna send in my things," so we're gonna let Nancy share. Do you want to do yours first or Rhonda's? You could choose.
Well, I was thinking to break it into 2. I'll do Rhonda, and then we'll switch to someone else, and then come back to mine.
Oh, okay, that would be great. Yeah.
I know we're both Aries Leo, but we still have a little different twist. Okay. So Rhonda Elliott, which of course is one of the hosts, one of the original creators of Spirit Sessions Live, who was really sorry she couldn't make it today, but she did have some prior commitments, but wanted to send her list. And she began with, "We celebrate everything." And I mean, really celebrate everything. "The show makes me laugh, real laughs, and real joy. Attention is given to real current events that may be kept unreported on some of the conventional news, but these topics are brought up and able to be shared and discussed, and that's appreciated. I love the sense of community. And Pomodoro, because I love to procrastinate, Pomodoro kicks me in the ass. Is exactly what I'm just repeating here. Okay. And just wanted to again mark the fact that Spirit Sessions sharing also with this network is just 2 awesome networks sharing together the fabulous energy, and it's also appreciated.
Yay. Thank you so much, Rhonda. We love you so much. So sad you couldn't be here today, but I so appreciate those thoughts. And I heard your voice through Nancy's, which was really great. Love it. Love it. I would love to hear from Miss Kim next.
Yay. I'm so grateful to be a part of this. And I really first want to thank you, Jessica, for showing up for you, but also showing up for everyone else, because I've been on the show or connected to the show, I think 1.5 years now, but just your commitment each time showing up also when your own body or when you're tired or when you're standing for this greater mission, and I get goosebumps everywhere. But it's truly an honor to witness that. And it's truly a blessing for everyone tuning in. And for me as well, each day I pick my girls from school, and then it's like when they're playing a short moment of Project Joy, And I'm always so excited when I hear your voice and when I get the beautiful celebrations, because it's really, it's always an uplifting moment in my day. It's really an honor to see what you have created and the vision you've brought forward, the community. And I'm so grateful for Teresa, my beautiful friend, for introducing me here, and for Bex and Rhonda for having me on Spirit Sessions, because that was my beginning and introduction. But it's such a warm bath, and truly we can be ourselves and just share. And it's really an honor, because it's such a beautiful template, and I hope that the rest of the world is also going there more, because it's really, I think it's amazing what you've shared. So I love the community building, and also the new platforms you're creating where everyone gets to share, like Brittany sharing her wisdom and Teresa sharing her wisdom, and Pomodori, I haven't joined there, but this is definitely a promo for that. But it's really an honor. I really like so much love for all of you and everyone tuning in, because it's really an honor. So I had the community, I had the pure, authentic stories from the heart, and I really love always how you share just with such bright energy. And it's also an example, like every one of us, like we all have days where it's not going as well, but we can still show up, and we can still inspire others, and we can still support each other in that. And I think this is such if for personal, but also for everyone tuning in, it's such a gift and a blessing in our lives. So Project Joy Life, I love the collaboration and the playfulness, and the love, already shared that. And I just, as Giancarlo, I said, this is just the beginning with a heart. So it's like, it's amazing. And you've built a beautiful foundation of beautiful love, beautiful connection, and that's only going to sparkle even more. So I am grateful to be part of this and connected with all of you, and I'm looking forward how it's gonna expand. But thank you, Jessica, for sharing.
Thank you so much, Kim, for that. That was so beautiful. And I'm so glad. I love it when we have people that sort of that fit in all kinds of different places in the network. With you've been with Spirit Sessions and with Project Joy and with the Breakthrough Show, and then I see you in the comments, and it's just so lovely to have you a part of things, because you really do. If you haven't seen Kim's episode of the Breakthrough Show, she really is such a, I mean, if we were to make Kim an object, she would be this sign right here, this love loud sign for sure. And so I appreciate your energy. It's this wave of calmness that comes over me when I see you pop up in the comments. And so I'm so thankful that we've been in touch fairly recently, and getting your toes dipped in the network, because I just love having your presence here. Thank you so much.
Same here. Much love.
I have to quickly shout out to my daughter, who's watching out in the audience this morning, and she said, super proud of my mom and everyone else who has helped her build this wonderful network. And I want to take this opportunity to really thank my family. Nina was instrumental in helping me she behind the scenes from the get-go of all of this, in helping, whether it's wrangling loud children out there when I'm, live, or helping me when we were on Discord, like figure that out. And some of the other things, helping me. She's always testing a lot of my things behind the scenes. She participates in Pomodoro and Craft Circle. And, she's, for anybody that doesn't know, she just turned 17. She's already graduated high school, homeschool. And she's been just a thrill to have work with me. I don't think she understands how big she's been behind the scenes. Even when I went to the 90s conference, and she jumped into Spirit Sessions to make sure that they were okay, like really, truly. So Nina, also my husband, who lets me run wild with literally anything I want to do, which is so hard for his Taurusness. He's just like, oh, here she goes. That's it. And my other children as well, they constantly give me ideas and feedback, honest feedback. If anybody wants honest feedback, ask a child. And I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful for my family. Also, if anybody hasn't seen, I have had 2 of my cousins, my husband, and my father on shows at different times. And so to have family jumping in like that is really special for me. So thank you. A quick note to my family. I've been trying to put this off because I'm already bawling here. Brittany, would you like to go next?
I know I'm really, really trying to hold back early so I can get through Okay, so my favorite thing I love about the Breakthrough Show Network is you, Jessica.
Stop it.
You're the inspiration that you carry throughout this network, the love that you pour in to the community and to these people, the love that you pour into me. I first have to be thankful for Divine DNA, because without them, I would have never met Jessica. And the musical evening of giving is what really, the event is what really took off our friendship. And I'm so thankful for that, to be a part of that, and to experience that. And then, you know, throughout the Project Joy, it was like the number one the number one thing that that I have to definitely is one of my favorites, because that's where I truly began to like open up to the network, really be able to get my daily dose of joy of Jessica in the mornings. It really helped me, push me, to motivate me to get out of bed, to just carry joy throughout the rest of my day, and still to this day it's like that. You know, like there for a while you were trying to figure out, you know, the time schedules for, you know, you switched it up over the years. And on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I make sure that I have my alarm set to make sure that I am, because it is a huge part. And also I have to, the koalas, the tree hugging, our friendship, that's where the Project Joy came into play. And not to mention, I don't know if everyone knows this or not, but me and Jessica are also writing a book about friendship. And I'm the illustrator and she's writing it, and it will be coming soon. It'll be coming soon. So definitely, there's a lot of firsts with you. There's so many different reasons why I love the Breakthrough Show Network. It's so hard to break it down, but the community, I can't understand that. I can't understand. I'm shaking right now because like I'm trying not to break down into tears, but like John Carlo has even mentioned it on the Breakthrough Show. This is home. This is home to me. This is the first place that I've ever felt safe and loved, validated, seen, heard. And not to mention, I love the fact that you push me over the edge all the time too, because there's a lot of firsts that, you know, I did my first presentation through the Breakthrough Show Network virtual community, hosted my first event, got onto the YouTube channel for the first time. Just there's so many firsts I can't begin to explain what the Breakthrough Show Network has done for my life and how much it's changed for the better. And I know that, like John Carlos said, it's the best is yet to come, because I know it's only going to get better from here. I love the diverse perspectives on the shows, because not everyone has, you know, the same point of view. And it's really, I love how you can still have two different views and still to come together and understand and have appreciation for one another. It's so inspiring. The personal growth that I've experienced throughout the shows and the community has been truly, truly, truly amazing. And it's so inspiring and so inspiring and so engaging. I love how the Breakthrough Show Network engages with the audience, and it's home. It's home to me.
Had to find the button. Thank you so much, Brittany. Brittany has a habit of, I don't know what happens when Brittany's on the show. I really don't. But we come out with the most random things. From the koala thing that birthed into, you guys have heard about Muppet energy, probably. When that birthday song is playing, we just come out with some random stuff and it becomes a thing that everybody's like, just repeats it. So it's great and wonderful. Thank you so much, Brittany. Miss Nancy, do you want to go with yours?
Man, I so did not want to follow Brittany, but man, I couldn't. Know me first. Okay, gathering self. All right. Okay. For me, I have to start with number one, the Joy Show. As soon as I saw the Joy Show for the first time, why did I have to follow her? Okay. Wow. So the first time I saw it, I started marking out on my calendar, and that is booked in. I watch the clock. I make sure I'm in and tuning in, because every time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, no matter how I'm feeling, I shift in a new way, in a better way. Maybe look at something with a different perspective. Just, it just gives me just such a, I mean, even just singing the birthday song, it's a lightness. It's a great way to start the day with a cup of coffee. I get it up on my big screen in the living room so I can just tune in. I don't care if I have to use 3 phones to tap it all in. I get it all tapped in. Now we got a new phone. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, we do. So we can just use one. But anyway, I really, the Joy Show, it brings me so much joy every time. The magical, wonderful Breakthrough Show .com network site. It's a magical journey. It's like going to Disneyland. You tap into there, and it's like you break down the stage. Where do you want to go visit? Go visit all these different rooms. All this energy was put into setting up these wonderful, juicy bits for the, along with having all these different co-hosts and meditation set up, and rooms to go have meetings and places to meet. And we've been into so much network and so much plainness in the Zoom world. Now this is like a magical place, and it gives it new energy. And I love that so much. I really do. Pomodoro, of course, I got to bring up Pomodoro because it started with Teresa Warren. So we're messaging back and forth. And she's like, "Oh my God, Pomodoro's coming up. I got to go." It's like, Pomodoro? What the heck is Pomodoro? Tomato. What are you talking about? I had no idea. Apparently, I got to be there too. So I get in there. I never hear the rules or nothing. I'm just like, all right. I'm getting an idea what to do here. I just heard the rules a couple days ago. It made it so much better for me because, that's the whole thing. I've been just getting bits and pieces and just doing the best. But even with just getting bits and pieces without reading the directions first, I still managed to, it's helped me so much organizing. And more than anything, we all have jobs we have to do that we don't want to do. And Jessica just explaining things to break it down into smaller compartments. I'm able to get it done. And I like it that, I just bought 3 new tablets so I could write down over here, because I'm still old school. I have to write it down and check it off. I can't help it. I have a big giant calendar on the wall. I know. I try the Google stuff. I do my best, but I'm old school. I got to look up there. That's what I'm doing. But I love the energy, the community that's brought together from this. I got to add, along with Brittany, I met so many wonderful people, so many precious, lifetime, priceless beings that are gathered toward this energy. And I love it. It means so much to me. And the coffee talk, I call it coffee talk on Saturday mornings, man. I love coffee talk because again, it's a moment where we're just kind of waking up Saturday morning, kind of, doing your thing, get your cup of coffee, come on. And there's no telling where it's going. It might just, you need to vent a little. Next thing it shifts over here. Next thing it's like, wow, we're like healing world topics. I mean, it can go anywhere. And I love the energy of all this. Meeting Giancarlo, as soon as I saw him in the corner of that day we were at that community event, I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure who that is, but he's family. I already knew it. He's family. I'm going to find out who he is. And it just, and moments with Brittany, and Brittany brings that creative energy up, which I had shoved down. And she has her great shows to come in, even just to bring out my coloring books and get going, because it shifts your energy. It gets it going. And her having her shows says, Nance, go get it. Get in here and show up. And one of my favorites too is Teresa's meditations. Because for me, Teresa's meditations for me are like mini vacations. And she sets them up in a way where everybody can personalize their meditation too. So it's just all set for them. And to me, I'm on a vacation for the rest of the day, because the energy levels of her are just off the wall. So, I mean, there's just so many reasons to show up here. And that's why I'm here. And I love everybody. I love you so much. And I'm so glad I came to town on that day and said, give me that hug. I love you guys. I love everybody so much.
Love you, Nancy. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. I love all of our different reasons. And like everybody else, I really had a hard time leaning in and picking 6 somethings. And so I brought 6 dates with me today that were really influential for me in where the network is concerned. But I want to really quickly, Kevin Kiley is out there in the network today. He's the host of Magical Melodies every other Sunday on the Breakthrough Show Network. Kevin had a little medical procedure this week, so he's unavailable this weekend. So we're sending you love for efficient healing, Kevin. We love you so much. Thank you for being out there today. I also want to shout out to Miss Mandy B. Love it. She was initially involved in one of our past shows, Learning in Silence, and then has been jumping in where she can. Mandy juggles a million kids like I do over here as well. So I just so appreciate seeing you, Mandy, anytime your name pops up, and I appreciate you being here and showing some love today. Absolutely. So my 6 dates, and I preface this again by saying this is extremely difficult for me to come up with something. But what I came up, and whose idea was this? But I tried to think of things that really were a catalyst in how everything else played out. Sometimes when things happen in the moment, we don't really realize what's the purpose of this, or how is this going to play out in the future. And these 6 things were things that changed the trajectory of my life and also the network as a whole. So the first one happened on July 6th, 2018, and that was the premiere of the original The Breakthrough. When I created the show, it was just in a space of me not really knowing what to do next, but just leaning into something that I enjoyed, which was 1, talking to people, and 2, going all the way down the rabbit hole, exploring topics that were just, I didn't want to just be like, law of attraction. Yeah, that's great. And that was the first episode, was about law of attraction. I wanted to uncover all the layers and really dive in and have those deep conversations. And so if it wasn't for the premiere, we wouldn't be here today. And so that's why that's my number 1. Number 2, April 3rd, 2020, and that was the premiere of season 4 of the show. That season, and I touched on this on the Breakthrough Show yesterday, it was the start of a lot of newness for me. Big changes. It was when I started hosting the show, the Breakthrough Show, alone. That I no longer had a panel with me on the show. It was just me. And so that was big. It was the first time we started introducing musical guests on the show, which is what led to what my number 3 is going to be. We had huge names on the show that season. Ori Spado, the Hollywood mob boss, Derek, otherwise known as Truth Sika, Dee Wallace, Aaron Hill, Sylvia Moss, Tom Matson, Mark Mawhinney, Megan McGlover. And then my last guest of the season was a gentleman that spoke about creativity by the name of Robert Bell. And Robert Bell happened to be, turns out, the cousin of Olivia Ambani, which we know where that led, which I'll talk about in a moment. My next number 3 is April 21st, 2021. And that was a very special edition episode that we did called A Journey to Kenya. I had already met Brett Weiss from the Weiss Scholarship Foundation, and I also had just met Olivia Ambani through her cousin, Robert Bell. Olivia lives in Nairobi, Kenya, and Brett's organization works in Dago, Kenya, which is one of the poorest areas of Kenya, where the children don't typically go to school. They live in mud huts. It's a wild experience to hear about that. And we wanted to show on that show perspective of in one country how completely different it can be depending on your finances and where you live in the country. And that episode made me realize how in our bubble we are, how much I wanted to feature more people who were outside of that bubble. I wanted to learn as much as I can about other people and places, and I wanted to do something to help, which ultimately led to my number 4 date, which was December 4th, 2021, when we hosted a musical evening of giving. That virtual event benefited both the Weiss Scholarship Foundation and Overcoming Odds. And it was a virtual musical. I don't know if it was like 3 or 4 hours. It was a long time. And so we had a huge musical event. We were able to donate money to both organizations. And as Brittany mentioned, a lot of our relationships sort of went to the next level with that event. It was really, really beautiful because we worked so hard to put on that production. That was the moment I sang again in front of people for the first time after many years. So it really was it was a moment. One of the people who I had met prior to that event, but we dove in, again, our relationship kind of went to the next level, was Dorothy Auger. And my next date, March, I'm choosing this date because this is the date that she was on the Breakthrough Show, and that's March 18th, 2022. I had met her 2021 through Overcoming Odds. They would host Courageous Conversations, and Dorothy always just had profound things to say. And when she wrote her, I came to learn about her writing the For Love poem, and she had invited me around the time that she was on the Breakthrough Show to get together with other people around the world super early, like 7 a.m. my time, to read the For Love poem. And everybody just would get together on Zoom and read the poem in their respective languages. And the poem had been translated in over 70 languages. And when she was on the show on March 18th, 2022, I remember saying on the show, I would just love to hear this like compilation of everybody reading the poem in their own mother tongue, in their own language. And after the show, she was like, that's beautiful. Let's do it. And so we began the process of putting together video versions of the poem of people, and she would host these harvesting sessions, as she would call them, and invite a bunch of people to read this message. And in October of 2022, we went to go meet up, and as we always do at 7 a.m., and Dorothy was not there. And we had learned very quickly that from her family that she had had a heart attack and ended up passing away. October 24th of 2022. And her life and our interactions together reminded me that it's all about love. That it's all about loving each other. It's all about showing up for each other. And I will be forever grateful for the impact that she had on my life. And you can see a difference in the shows after that time. And our focus really being about each other and about community and about love and about joy and peace and harmony. And so there was kind of like 3 dates in that one, but it all centered around Dorothy O'Shea, and I will forever be grateful for her. And on that theme, my number 6 is Wednesday, January 10th, 2024, which was the launch of our virtual community here. We had been searching this whole time for the perfect platform. And when I met, it was actually Grim Long who introduced me to the Go Brunch platform. And I was like, well, I'll send a message about it. And, sometimes you send a message, you get customer service. And when the creator of the software is who met with me and wrote back, I was like, of course, I want to be a part of this. Richard Lowenthal was so passionate about community and the importance of it and how we can change the world. And I knew that this software was going to be exactly what we wanted. So we built our virtual community and launched it on January 10th. And Richard will be coming up on an August episode of The Breakthrough Show, by the way. So you'll get to learn a little bit more about him and about Go Brunch as well. But so those are my 6 dates that I have that have been completely life-changing for me, but also to see what happened after each of those things with all of us here on the network, I think is why I chose those days. Jamad is out there in the audience today. He was our very first guest ever on the Breakthrough Show. And he's another one that I've gotten to hug in person, and it was amazing. So I love that. And Brittany's saying, sorry, everybody, her stupid internet cut off. So that's why she disappeared. But thank you, all of you, for being here today. These birthday celebrations, it could have very easily been the list of every year we've celebrated the birthday, which it was very hard for me not to do that because these are always really special days. But I want to thank you all so much for being here with me today. I appreciate you. I love you so much. And I would love for all of you and everybody out there in the audience, I'm putting the link again in the comments right now. Go over to our virtual community, join us after the broadcast for a little virtual celebration in our auditorium. I invite you to come and check it out, especially if you've never been in there before. It's so much fun. Anybody have any final, because I'm blubbering over here. Go ahead. Anybody, feel free.
So Jessica, I just want to say one thing is the beauty that you have brought into this community. I mean, just being on this hour long. I mean, oh my gosh, it's the most touching thing. And what timing to have such a touching place right now. But you know me, and I'm all about gratitude and thanks. There is not the biggest enough thanks to give you, because none of this would have happened if it was not for you. This was your creation. Everything that we're seeing here in these 6 years and 60 years from now, it's because of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. I love you guys so much.
Love you.
Thank you all so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate you. Sometimes, and Sharon and I have talked about this before, sometimes it even saying thank you or gratitude doesn't even feel like enough. Like we just want to expand on that somehow. And the best thing that I can tell you to feel the gratitude I have for you is to show up and watch the shows and come to the events. And I hope that you will feel that home and that welcome that Giancarlo, Brittany, Teresa, Nancy, Sharon, Kim, Shiraz, Kat, that they all mentioned today. Rhonda through her words, Kevin out in the audience, Jamad, Mandy. Thank you all so much, my daughter, for being here today. We appreciate you. Thank you to all of the people that make Kleenex. We really appreciate you as well. And I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, the creator of the Breakthrough Show Network. And we'll see you for not coffee because we skipped that today, but I'll see you tomorrow, Spirit Sessions, and Monday for Project Joy Live. Thanks so much, guys. Happy birthday.